Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into Braylon's virtual tour live right here on YouTube. Yes, you see, we are in our car. Hire is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are about to go on tour, have a full show for you tonight. As I often do, tonight we're going to be talking about the fact that there are over 1,000 kids that have been missing in this past year, and 50 kids are missing right now in the state of Ohio. Going to talk to you about that. Erica Mena is upset that she wasn't a part of a conversation that she caused to have a conversation. We'll talk about that. Deal or no deal? Surviving with money? We'll talk about that. Got some thoughts on that. And then Threads, the app, that Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call them, created their version of Twitter. Well, guess what? They finally have a solution. So we got a lot to get to. We're on tour. With that being said, welcome in, everybody. Glad to have all of you here. Let me just get myself adjusted in. Hello. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Hi, I am here. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you here. We are live on tour. So let's get to it, shall we? So this comes to our friend. This comes to us from our friends at the Messenger. Over 1,000 children went missing in Cleveland this year alone. Here's what's happened to them. Nationwide, about 1.5 million kids per year report missing after running away from home or being thrown out the house. Since the start of the year, more than 1,000 children have been reported missing in and around Cleveland, Ohio. A story that 45 had gone missing across Northeast Ohio in September alone gained national attention, with the implication that the region was a particular hotspot for kids disappearing. While some stories across the country end up with kids being trafficked or end in tragedy, police and welfare groups say that there is an innocent explanation for the vast majority of disappearances. While it is accurate to say 1,000 kids have been reported missing in the Cleveland area so far this year, experts say it's not accurate to suggest that all of those kids vanished or are still missing. Nationwide, about 1.5 million kids per year are reported missing after running away from home, being thrown out the house. Sharon Doherty, from the advocate group Children Find of America, told the Messenger. But those numbers don't reflect that 90% at least return home within a day. She added, by comparison, stranger abductions, which we see in the headlines, only occur for 50 to 60 times a year. 50, 60 times a year is too damn much as it is. Why there's so many kids missing in Cleveland? Missing children reports in Cleveland are up 20% from this time last year. On Sunday alone, 3 children, 11, 15, and 17, report missing. Cleveland Police Department said that earlier this year they had been able to determine the reason behind the rise for 2013. The vast majority of missing juveniles or runaways is sometimes habitual runaways, Chief Wayne Drummond said at June press conference. I don't say that to minimize missing juveniles. I say that to add context. What happened to the missing children? Dory said that many children report missing end up just going over to a friend's house or at the park, but authorities are still required to enter a missing persons report even if that child is found within the hour. So far, 1,020 of the 1,072 children reported missing in Cleveland have returned home or were accounted for. However, that leaves around 50 unaccounted for. One of those is Keyshawn Williams, a 15-year-old who disappeared on June 17th following a party in the Savalik Village area of the city. There's a $10,000 reward for whoever helps to find him, with his family still going door to door in search of clues. When you're having a one-on-one conversation, you look into their eyes and you see the pain. Cleveland Missing Board President John Majoy told WKYC Channel 3 about working with a child's missing family. You see the hurt, you see the suffering that they're going through, and it just breaks your heart because their loved one is missing and they don't know where he's at. Are most missing children connected to sex trafficking? Missing children's stories are often connected with sex trafficking, where Dory told the Messenger that those headlines don't tell the whole story. You can be sex trafficked after school and still return home at night, she said. added, this means children being drawn into this are often not reflected in missing person numbers. Sex trafficking is also everywhere. It is not more likely that a kid will be abducted in one place over another, especially in the age of the internet. A trafficker could be sat anywhere in the country talking to a kid elsewhere to lure them in. One recent example involved a teenager who got on a bus in Virginia to Arizona who met a man who had groomed her online. She was tracked down after using her Nintendo Switch gaming console. The Northeast Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force said in June that had not seen a rise in trafficking incidents in the area. So I'm gonna pause here. Oh, okay, almost done, y'all. Almost done. I want to get all the information out to y'all. Is 1,000 missing children a lot? The FBI's National Crime Information Center said that in 2022 that there were 359,094 official missing children reports across the United States. Children Find of America, which is one of the country's oldest organizations dedicated to helping missing children and their families, told the Messenger that the numbers seen in Cleveland are not necessarily different to what is happening elsewhere in the country. Obviously, it is a big city, though we continue, but the numbers will reflect the population. New York is a big city, so would proportionally see more reports. It is happening everywhere. The Messenger took samples from around the country, with many majority cities posting children for 2022 in thousands. Houston, 9,351. Washington, D.C., 1,748. And Los Angeles, 13,445 missing children. In comparison, data showed Montana saw roughly 20 reports in the entire year. New Mexico had 127. So I wanted to bring this story to y'all because at the end of the day, yes, we cover media, culture, social capital, but also we need to report the unknown. And it's just sad to me that this is the state that we're in, that there are people who feel like they have the right to take away someone else's child. Also too, there are broken homes where kids are trying to find a safe place, and sometimes that safe place is not always good out on those streets. So I hope that all the kids get found alive and well. They'll return back to their families, or if they don't want to go back to their families because of the conditions of the home, that they'll find, a grandma or a grandpa or auntie or uncle or somebody that they trust to move in with and continue the book with new chapters of this thing that we call life. It's quite sad, tragic, and a travesty when I saw this story, and I want to be still with it, because at the end of the day, YouTube is known more for slander, gossip, and just dragging people. But I believe YouTube is also powerful to talk about the unknown and make it known to the world. And so, I will say this, I'm not a journalist. I am a social cultural commentator with journalistic tendencies. But always will be about the good for what can be, could be, and should be of this world. So shout out to the Messenger, shout out to every outlet. There's a person named Honey Shakur that did a room on Clubhouse about this weeks ago. Shout out to her, and shout out to all of the people who work in the sex trafficking forces and missing children forces. The work that you all do is beyond comprehension. You are needed, you are necessary, you are valuable, and damn it, bring these kids home, because the world is crazy out here. And if we can bring some light, we can bring some joy, if we can bring some peace and be a solution for a problematic world, then damn it, as long as I am above ground, as long as I have breath in my body, as long as I have the soul of old school and being raised right, I will always do what is right. Amen. Amen. So I want to get that story off at the top of the show. So with that being said, so y'all, as you know, Erica Mena, Lord help, she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and she had a reaction to VH1 doing a roundtable discussion on colorism and racism. So Erica Mena, and this comes to us from our friends at Media Takeout. Erica Mena hopped on social media to blast VH1 after they announced they will be airing a roundtable discussion about racism without her. Erica was fired from the show after calling Spice a blue monkey, but she says that many of the members involved in the sit down have said things just as bad as her. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. Working on Love and Hip Hop, August 25th, 2023. 3 days later, August 29th, they aired that episode proudly. I was even being asked to shoot a scene that Monday, August 28th, she wrote. And this is what Erica Mena said on her Instagram here. And this comes to us from the Shade Room, as Instagram pulls up for me here on my laptop. So it says here, sorry y'all, actually, you know what, I'm just gonna go Erica Mena's thing because it cuts off. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Okay, so this is what Erica Mena is saying, y'all. I think it's absolutely fair that I speak under this post, especially because I was indeed filming nonstop for 7 months after the actual incident between me and that other individual happened. Her name is Spice. Stop it. The network chose to still film with me nonstop, which is why I was used as the base storyline for the whole second half of this actual season. They had this footage for months. They chose to edit it how they wanted and aired it. It's only now that they are desperate trying to save face and using me to do so. If I'm being used to set an example, why was I a part of this roundtable discussion? Why are they so desperate to film nonstop right now to make up for everything I shot that they can't use now? Desperate to save face, but true, and only reason for a statement was even the only reason a statement was even made by the network was because of the backlash, not because they truly believed that what I said was a racial slur. The fact that they are now making a mockery of the situation by using individuals who have indeed said things just as bad. Messy Yandy herself in 2015. I'm at Hot 97 on air called me a actual social self monkey and try to save face for this network sponsors is pathetic. If you really wanted to save face, why not have the two women who are just as wrong in that scene have this conversation, since now this network feels it needs to be had. I gave this franchise 13 years and now they need to save face, so they're going to wear my name out on this to make up for their F up. The sad truth in all this franchise has always depicted us as zoo animals anyway. Sending so much love to my supporters. Heart emoji. I love y'all. Well, Erica Mena. I think it's valid if you worked on a show for 13 years. I think that you have every right to say what's on your mind, but also you did what you did. You know what I mean? That's okay, Bluefish. I'm so glad to have you. You did what you did, Erica Mena. And yes, other people did wrong, but I think it's their evolved behavior. Hang on, y'all. Hang on, y'all. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. I'm still here, y'all. I just had a call come in. But even though they did what they did, you did wrong. You did absolutely wrong. And not to defend Yandy, but she called you that. She didn't call your kids that. When you brought her kids into it, that's where the line was crossed. So listen, you did what you did, and you are fired from this season. Now they do not know. They do not know if she will be back on for next season, because they said that she will not be on this season. A lot of people are hoping that at the end of the day that she will not be back on the show at all, but that is up to Mona Scott Young. Sorry, y'all, just typing it up. But yeah, that doesn't mean that she will not be back. So that is totally up to Erica Mena to change her ways. And, the words of Kempire, it would have been nice for her to be on, but maybe the reason why they didn't have her on because maybe she might have been combative, to use a word, instead of listening. So they probably did not want to risk that. However, even if you go through all the training, if you do what you did again, then guess what? At that point, they have the right to wipe their hands with you. You know what I mean? So you did what you did. You owned up to it. But now the best way to prove yourself is evolved behavior. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's quite interesting. And like I said, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh my God, like really? Really? Just that's not even that whole scene was not cool at all. Eric Rep, Steve Hung Hungen, I guess that's how you say it, Hungen, issued a state to Radar Online. Um, you know what? That's a very good question, Bluefish. I do not know why she waited so long. I think it was the fact that she saw social media, and if she would have said something right then, I don't think it would have been accepted. But forget what social media says. Right is right and wrong is wrong. But very good question, Bluefish. Erica's rep, Stephen Hongin or Hongjin, issued a statement to Radar Online saying it is very disappointing that Erica was not included in the discussion about the incident that occurred while filming the show, that the network chose to silence her voice. I think she silenced her voice when, she did what she did. I mean, for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. And this is what it literally says on Twitter. It says on Tuesday, September 26th at 9 p.m. immediately following the season finale of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the conversation continues with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, racism, colorism, and the uncomfortable truth. This roundtable discusses the recent events that aired on the show before MTV decided to stop filming with Erica Mena. International colorism expert Dr. Sarah L. Webb, founder and owner of Colorism Healing, a leader in raising awareness, shifting attitudes, and taking action, leads an open dialogue that features Spice, Yandy, Jock, Scrappy, Sierra, Amy, and a special appearance from Rashida, sharing their experiences. Now, first of all, shout out to MTV. Shout out to MTV for putting this conversation on national television, but also for having a colorism expert for leading the discussion, and for it not to be a part of a reunion, like Empire said, but for it to have its own space. I think what's happening with television networks and radio and podcasts and every platform known to man with media, and also with individuals, they're recognizing that, guess what, at the end of the day, if we never have the conversation, we will never be able to move forward in our elevation with each other as people. Bluefish says, I think the problem got really ugly when Erica made the gorilla sounds. Yeah, that will do it. That will absolutely do it. So for Erica Mena to play the victim of they're silencing my voice, no, you went after somebody's kid and made gorilla sounds on national TV. That was uncouth. It was unfair. It was just trash. Absolutely trash. Erica Mena's representative said that she would have welcomed an opportunity to discuss what happened in a way that was productive, and made this roundtable truly a valuable moment of learning for all. It is also worth knowing that the network continued filming with Erica for more than 7 months after the actual incident occurred, despite claiming that filming with her was stopped after it happened. listen, that was MTV's decision. And here's the thing, it's no fun when the bunny's got the gun. You are the bunny. Well, MTV's the bunny and they got the gun, right? So what are they supposed to do? You are a cog in the wheel. They are the clockmaker. So it is what it is. At this point, it's not like you can do anything. I mean, even Black, the show Black, not the show Black, but the platform All Black. I think it was for Hush from All Black. Let me make sure that's the right show. Yeah, because Hush came out with a statement of that Erica Mena is no longer going to be on the show. Let's see here. Yep, here it is here. It says, and I quote, this is from Watch All Black and Hush on All Black. We do not condone Erica Mena's recent reprehensible comment. She will be, hey, Phyllis Crawford, welcome and glad to have you here. She will be featured in the upcoming season of Hush, set to premiere later this year, as production was completed months ago. In the event of additional seasons, she will not be a part of the cast. So All Black said, we're not putting up with that. And shout out to All Black for doing the right thing. Because in the world of art and commerce, there's decisions that you have to make that sometimes one wrong decision can ruin everything. But I think, it's you can sometimes you have to stand up by yourself when everyone is sitting down, right? And I think that's very true in this case. Either All Black could have sat down with Erica Mena and still got the bag, or they could have stood up and walked out. And All Black stood up and walked out. And that was very risky for them as a platform, because Black streaming services do not get the funding that Hulu and Netflix and Max gets. They don't get the same funding. So for All Black, a Black streaming service, hey Gigi, welcome in, good to see you. The fact that All Black stood up and said that no, we're not dealing with this here, there, or anywhere. All Black, I am. Shout out to them for doing that. You know what I mean? So Bluefish says that there's more colorism coming from women who have olive color skin who are not of dark complexion. Here's the thing. I am not that uppity to believe that colorism doesn't exist, right? But let me let y'all in on a little secret. Come close to everybody who doesn't believe colorism. Whether you light skinned or dark skinned, you still Black when you get pulled over by police. You still Black when you're walking in that store and they're watching your behind to make sure you don't steal nothing, even though you're not stealing anything. And you are still Black when you try to apply for a credit application at a damn bank. You still Black in that interracial relationship. You still Black in that corporate boardroom that you worked so hard to climb the ladder to get up to. Okay. All right. And y'all, don't confuse my laughter for me laughing at colorism. I'm laughing because of the simple fact that I know that, but there are other people who don't know that. Okay, so don't get twisted. Do not get twisted. I know I am not the best. I'm not the worst. I'm probably number 100 on the short list, but somehow I still made the list because somebody believed enough in me. Understand? Gigi says, but there are also darker skinned people who use colorism as an excuse for their terrible behavior. Like Giselle Bryant did to Wendy Arfezzo on Real Housewives of Potomac, where she said to Mia that it was the wrong thing to do, but internally she kikied. Knowing good to damn well somebody threw a drink in Giselle Bryant's face, she would have a whole conniption. Here's the thing with Giselle. I need her to match the energy. When she said with Monique, I by no means want to associate with you anymore. I need you to keep that same energy. With I by no means believe that a drink should be thrown in a black woman's face, light skinned or dark skinned. I need you to keep that same energy. Because karma doesn't miss an address at all. And you know what? I think karma's coming to your address this season, Giselle. Because you aid and abetted your friend with a story that should have been on the last season of Real Housewives of Potomac. But y'all went behind a paywall. And y'all on reality TV. I by no means want to associate with you when it comes to my money. But you will associate with yourself and internally kiki over a black woman being disrespected on national television. Okay, cool. Keep that same energy. Keep that same damn energy. Keep that same damn energy. And guess what? If water gets thrown on you this season, you better keep your mouth shut. Completely shut. Completely shut. If you know what's good for you. Because receipts are out here about you. They are. So. Lord Jesus. Just. I can't stand people who think there's something when they're not. I can't. I don't tolerate bullying. I don't tolerate liars. I can't stand it. I can't. I absolutely cannot do it. And then Robin, you want to talk about everybody else's marriage, but yet your husband got fired because he didn't stand up for somebody that got SA'd at the university that he worked at. But yet you want to talk about other people's marriages, though, and you want to be the follower to Giselle Bryant. Okay. Oh, ain't y'all getting sued by Eminem for reasonably shady? Eminem, I hope you take them to the cleaners, bruh. Look, Eminem, get them back to reality and let them know that there's gravity, please, and thank you so damn much. My mama always says, bro, you need to be careful because you never know when you're going to be working with these people. Why? Listen, some people you don't got to work with. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to play patty cake with everybody. But that don't mean that you don't have to respect people. I can respect you, but not be around you. That is a fact. We need to change that. I'm rooting for everybody black, in the words of Issa Rae. No, not all skin folk are kin folk. Some people show their representative, some people show you exactly who they are. There are Autobots and Decepticons, and you need to be on the lookout. Real talk. Because some of y'all, Woody Woodpecker. Anyway. So, with that being said, Bluefish said, who told these women a lighter skin complexion was more beautiful and have a darker skin complexion is ugly? Who knows, Bluefish? Who knows? But you know what? I really do think that at the end of the day, some people hold on to their past as a crutch, as their hall pass for rude behavior. But here's the thing with that hall pass, eventually you gotta go to class. Yeah, eventually you gotta go to class. So the more you skip out on school, the more consequences are coming your way. So To all the people that are having or using their hall passes to be mean, rude, and hateful, keep being mean, rude, and hateful. Eventually, the principal is going to want to see you, and you're going to be expelled from the culture. There ain't no way to get back into school culture. You understand? Anyway, let's move on. So, with that being said, deal or no deal? Deal or no deal, y'all? All stems from slavery to a certain degree. Phyllis Crawford said, and also Queen T with Gigi Nod said, I agree with that. For sure. Oh, hang on. Sorry, just trying to see something here, y'all. Okay. So with that being said, let's talk about deal or no deal. So this, I knew about this pilot. I knew about this idea way back when. Okay. So this article came out May 12th of 2023. It says here, Deal or No Deal Island is set on the banker's private island where he makes the rules. There are twists behind every palm tree. The series is being described as a mix between the long-running format and Survivor. Hidden on the island are over 100 cases with millions of dollars split between them, which teams must retrieve so that they can play a game of deal or no deal against the banker. Only one team will survive until the very last episode, where they will compete to beat the banker for the biggest prize in deal or no deal history. So the series ran. Before that, Queen T with Gigi Nine said they were separated. They separated the light skin from the darks and told them that they were better, and that the light skinned slaves at times took that as they were better than people with dark skin. That's a true fact. That's a very true fact. And honestly, y'all, history is out here. Some of us are ignorant and don't want to know it, and some of us generally don't know it because we just don't know it. They always said to Negroes back in the day in slavery times that the best way, if you want to hide something from a Negro, is to put it in a book. Y'all, that still applies. If you want to hide something from black people, put it on the internet. The platform has changed, but the mechanic of hiding information is the same. Sit with that for a minute. The series, which ran based on Bonji's Dutch format, previously ran on NBC from 2005 to 2009. It returned with host Howie Mandel for a holiday special in 2018, and then ran original episodes on CNBC. It was also a syndicated game show as well. Mandel will executive produce the new version, but no word if he will host. The series is being produced by Edelman Shine America, with Sharon Levy and DJ Nori serving as executive producers. Well, before I continue, Bluefish said it will be right to point out and say that most likely they are the offspring of grape victims. Most lighter complexions come from background as such. Absolutely. There was the house Negro and the field Negro. And I'm saying that for YouTube censors, but also just because we better than that. But there will be women that will feel like, oh, being in the house is better, but they were used as concubines, wenches, outlets of release. But that outlet of release for the white man was paying for the black woman, regardless of skin color. Okay. Black history class, game shows, reality TV, missing children. We cover it all over here, okay? Listen. So with that update, the host of Deal or No Deal Island is Joe Manganiello. So it will see 13 players on the elusive island. So basically, Howie Mandel was basically walking through this empty soundstage with a number 22 case and was talking about the show and how it's going to be, tropical and dangerous and have challenges. And he was like, well, who's going to host it? Because I'm a germaphobe. I don't like shaking hands. There's going to be bugs and everything. And then, Joe Manganiello appeared. And Howie Mandel said, would you like to host? Wait a minute. Let me do it right. Deal or no deal? And Howie Mandel said, good luck. And, Joe said, what is in here? Gloves and, cream. Cream for what? Inner thighs. And Joe Manganiello said, this is going to be fun. So this will be happening in 2024 to NBC. It says here, from Corey Henson, the executive vice president of unscripted content at NBC Universal Entertainment, said the role of Deal or No Deal host has always been held by someone charming, hilarious, and devastatingly handsome. Really, I couldn't get the call. We couldn't do the first black host of Deal or No Deal. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All good. I get it. Diversity ain't. Diversity is a card that y'all want to play when y'all want some workout for y'all. I get it. There's a bit of truth in that joke, but we're just going to move on. Said Corey Henson, executive vice president of unscripted content at NBC Universal Entertainment. When we took the show out of the studio and transported the game to the Baker's Island, Joe was the obvious choice. He loves all kinds of games. He lives for adventure and isn't afraid to stare down a snake or two to help players win a life-changing payday and hopefully beat the banker at his own game. So y'all, I am excited. I mean, millions of cases on an island and you're competing with the banker of Deal or No Deal. Now, I'm quite surprised that, this show is going to be airing in 2024 with Survivor on, you know what I mean? But hey, listen, I mean, there's new TV formats happening. There's new TV formats happening every day. And you know what? I think that Deal or No Deal Island is going to be a lot different than Survivor, because here's the thing, right? You're talking about 13 players on an island with cases with different money amounts. That's different than Survivor, where you're trying to outwit, outplay, outlast. This is going to be the biggest battle on TV, because you're talking about people winning money, life-changing money, where by the time they leave the island, they could be richer than when they came. It's going to be very, very interesting. So look for that in 2024 on NBC. So with that being said, I just told y'all about Threads. So Threads is Facebook's Meta's version of Twitter. So when you signed up for Threads, can buy the island, LOL. Well, you never know. They did say it was the biggest prize in Deal or No Deal history. Now, there is Squid Game, the challenge, coming to Netflix. There was some controversies about the production of that show. And they are giving away $4,560,000, the biggest prize in reality show history. So we shall see. By the way, I just want to give credit. Mr. Beast did Squid Game the challenge first before Netflix did it. So let's go ahead and put some respect on Mr. Beast. But with all that being said, when you signed up for Threads, if you deleted Threads, it deleted your Instagram. Well, after launching its text-based social network Threads in July, Meta faced criticism as there was no way for users to delete their Threads account without deleting their Instagram account. The company is now preparing to roll out a separate account deletion for Threads by December. This comes to us from our friends at TechCrunch. At TechCrunch Disrupt last week, Michael Portati, Meta's chief privacy officer for product, says that Meta is working on launching the actual deletion feature of a Threads account by December. As Threads is tied to Instagram, the Prati said the company deliberated a lot about how to tackle deletion requests. At the beginning, he mentioned that was technically challenging to separate those two accounts at launch. The company ended up rolling out tools as the ability to be able to deactivate the account or send it to private. Technically, it was extremely challenging to allow deletion of a separate Threads account without deleting your overall Instagram account out the gate. So we pay particularly attention to ensuring the user can exercise their deletion rights by deactivating the account to deactivate the account to sort of hide all content, send it to private, or deleting individual threads. He also said while Meta is also working on integrating Threads with the Fediverse, I think they meant Metaverse, but the company is also evaluating situations like what happens when a Threads post goes to another server and then be deleted by the author. After launching in July, Threads quickly reached the 100 million sign-up mark. However, the last few months, the popularity of the platform dwindled while the company introduced much softer features like a following thread, a web app, and a full text search. Level of engagement is not what Meta hoped for. In a Ask Me Anything on Instagram stories, the app head Adam Marazi said the company needs to roll out better recommendation for accounts, making messaging easier and build a edit button for posts. An analysis published by Insider Intelligence today indicates that Threads has 23,700,000 monthly active users, and it currently ranks below Reddit and Twitter in terms of user base. So, listen, there is a solution. So, don't delete your Threads account yet. Just wait till December. December will be here before you know it. And speaking of social media, I sent this next piece of information to a former friend of mine. A former friend of mine, not of my choosing, by the way. I just want to make that clear. But I sent it either way because this person really cares about a particular thing. So I'm going to give y'all the information. So this came out, let me see, what day is it today? This came out yesterday, also from our friends at TechCrunch. YouTube relaxes advertiser-friendly guidelines around controversial topics like abortion, abuse, and eating disorders. That's right. That's right. You heard me correctly. YouTube today announced an update to its advertiser-friendly guidelines that relaxes some of its rules around controversial issues, including sexual and domestic abuse, abortions, and eating disorders. The changes will allow YouTube creators to monetize their videos on these topics under some circumstances, though not if they go into graphic detail. Okay. YouTube monetization policy lead Connor Kavanaugh. I can only imagine the amount of emails, calls, texts, and DMs, and I can imagine he has a brand deal with Aleve or Tylenol for all the headaches he gets. You did this to me, you did that to me. I can only imagine, Connor, what you're going through. Shared in a video posted on the YouTube Creator Insider channel that the company understands that the company understands videos that discuss these topics can be a helpful resource to users. So we want to ensure that whenever possible, controversial issues discussed in a non-descriptive, non-graphic way aren't de-incentivized through demonetization. Kavanaugh also admitted that some creator communities told YouTube that they feel that they get more yellow icons than others, meaning the video has been marked not as suitable for advertisers because they discuss these topics. Absolutely, Gigi, I totally agree. With the change to eating disorder content specifically, YouTube said that it will align its advertiser-friendly guidelines with its existing YouTube community guidelines. That means creators cannot monetize videos about eating disorders that share triggers like guides around binging, hiding or hoarding food, or abusing laxatives. However, educational or documentary content, as well as survivor content that references these aspects of eating disorders without promoting such activities, won't be demonetized. The company has previously revisited its eating disorder policy guidelines years after executives from YouTube and other social companies, including TikTok and Snap, were questioned by U.S. lawmakers about how their platform deals with eating disorder content. Today's update follows YouTube relaxing of advertiser-friendly guidelines earlier this year around the profanity in videos, which prompted a creator backlash. The company said that its new profanity rules had created a stricter approach than intended and changed them to allow users to use moderate to strong profanity without the risk of demonetization. So here's how profanity or cussing works with YouTube. Previously, any video within the first 15 seconds of the video made it ineligible for monetization, and the change was retroactive. With the rollback, creators would be eligible for limited ads if they use profanity within the first 7 seconds of a video or throughout the video, while videos with moderate profanity will remain eligible to monetize regardless of where in the video the terms were used. Kavanaugh referenced those changes in introducing the new guidelines, saying YouTube wanted to make sure that it was acting on creator feedback. The creator community had expressed frustration with the new profanity rules, saying that they hadn't felt well informed on the impact of the changes at the time that they were announced. You told us that when we update our guidelines, you value communication of changes, not only through posts to our update log as well as to your notifications, but also hearing the changes explained in some clear terms from some form of the people who work on a given policy area, Kavanaugh said. So for updates to our ad guidelines, you can expect more videos like this one walking you through the changes he added. So there you go. There you go. So if you want to cuss in your YouTube video, I'm not telling you to cuss, but if you want to cuss or use profanity, now you are able to, with moderate profanity, would remain eligible to monetize regardless of where the video the terms were used. Okay, so YouTube is listening. Now, personally, if you are a new YouTube content creator, me and T-Talk with your girl talked about this. We believe that you should at least get $100 bonus a month for being consistent on your channel. What I personally said was, if you are a new content creator, take all the videos that you made that month, add up all the views, $1 per view, add all those views up, then divide it by how many videos you made, and then that's your monthly check as a new YouTube content creator until you get more views. That is only for new content creators. And let me tell you something. I honestly think that rule being implemented will help out a lot of new content creators. I really do. Because let me tell you something. My checks ain't that, it's not, I'll say this. My checks and Lovely T's checks are not the same. And she's almost at 1 million subscribers. So I don't say that to be envious, jealous, or malice. I'm giving y'all an example. Let me tell you something. Lovely T deserves every damn subscriber that she has. She has worked extremely hard into her platform. Extremely hard into her platform. Actually, let me see. Lovely T. And by the way, shout out to Daytime Tea Time. Absolutely love her. Topics in Tea. Tea in Tea is amazing. Right now, Lovely Tea is at 983,000 subscribers. She's almost there to 1 million. And she's going to get there without question. So shout out to Lovely Tea. But yeah, I think taking all of your videos, $1 per video, adding all those up, and then dividing by how many videos you made, that's your check every month. I think that there are a lot of people who will agree with that. So give me a moment as I drop the link, because I want to hear from y'all all these topics. So y'all give me one moment. Love y'all very much. All right, you all. The link is pinned. If you want to come up and chill out with me here, would love to hear what you have to say on any of the topics, from the missing children in Ohio to Erica Mena being upset that she was left out of a conversation that she caused. Quite frankly, um, Deal or No Deal Island. What do you think about the show? Would you go on the show? Do you think it's going to be a viable show? The Threads account or the YouTube updates, where guess what? You can talk now about sexual domestic abuse. Also, you can talk about abortion or eating disorders. What do you think about any of those topics? Feel free to come on up. I would love to hear from all of you. Oh man, one thing to know and two things for sure about me. I'm always going to give y'all a good show. Always. And for those of you who may be thinking, Braylon, your show is becoming Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's not true. Not true at all. If you go to my videos, there are some other videos of some topics that I talked about. I didn't get a lot of views because guess what? They're not Love and Marriage Huntsville. But right now, I am understanding my audience, and my audience loves Love and Marriage Huntsville. So that's why I have dedicated Saturdays to new after shows every Saturday night and to new videos every Saturday night. So, really, I'm giving y'all the episode for free. Really, because guess what? My videos come out at 9:01. 1 minute after the show is over, you get the episode. So I'm just following what my audience is, letting me know. So it's still the same channel. I'm just moving a little bit different. That's all. Okay, interesting. I'm just checking on a website, y'all. That's all. I'm just checking on a little tiny website. But yep, so soon as I'm done here with all of you, and like I said, feel free to come up on StreamYard. I would love to hear from you on any other topics. You saw the thumbnail. Would love to hear your take on any of those topics, including the YouTube guidelines that have been relaxed now around controversial topics like abuse, abortion, and eating disorders. Would love to hear from you on any of those topics. But yeah, as soon as I get done here, I will be in the lab making my videos. And then I will see all of you beautiful people Saturday at 9:01. Listen, OWN gave an assignment. They said new episodes every Saturday night. They didn't say new after shows every Saturday night, but what they really did say was new videos every Saturday night. Listen, Gigi, welcome in.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm good. Do I not do a show or do I not do a damn show?
Listen, you know you do a damn show. 901, who's doing it? Tell me.
Listen.
Now, you know that now that you started, there's going to be some that try to emulate what you're the original, so it don't matter.
Oh, I know. Like we talked about earlier today, here's the thing, y'all. I want to say this too, because I made a post thanking people. What people got to realize about YouTube, first of all, last time I checked, you ain't my mama or my daddy. Number two, it's the move I want to make. And number three, you don't know why I thanked all those people. Because guess what? Real support is not you just showing up to the channel. Real support is how you treat me around me, whether you with me or not around me. And some of us actually talk offline.
Right. Often.
Right. So
it's a true family. It's not, where we're doing it for views and clicks, and a lot of times it's almost as if content creators use each other to build their platforms. And it's like, no, we're building real connections, real friendships, because
absolutely,
when YouTube is gone, what do you have?
That part.
And I think a lot of people need to start, understanding that and actually thinking about it like that. What do you have outside of this? Who are you outside of YouTube? The connections you make on here. That's great. We go on panels and we talk. Now, I'm not saying we have to talk to everyone, but you
Hmm.
can't come for someone's connection and you can't question why they uh, give shout outs or thanks to certain people just because you don't know or haven't seen their relationship or how things are and you don't understand it. It doesn't mean that it's
Hmm.
for basically for you to question in a way.
Yep. No, absolutely right. And listen, some of those people, yeah, they don't come by my channel, but guess what? Just because they don't come by my channel doesn't mean that they don't say hi to me while I'm in their chat. See,
Mm-hmm.
some of y'all have a very limited vocabulary and thought process of what support looks like.
Mm.
Real
Say
talk.
that.
Some of y'all have a limited vocabulary and thought process of what support is. Because if
Mm-hmm.
support is coming to every live I do, guess what? I won't have any friends
Right.
because not everybody's gonna come to my live. There and listen, there are other people who are not gonna come to my live for whatever reason, but really most of the reasons are there are other YouTubers that have been on long that have been on here longer than me rather. What
Mm-hmm.
what what do I gotta be what why do I need to be upset by that? I understand it. It's not personal. I'm just new.
Okay.
But like I said to y'all many times before, the positive the positive or the positivity rather of our life, there's a 99.9% chance of that not happening to any of us. The 1% chance of it actually happening to us we should be grateful for. So the 1% that like a Queen Sheba darling came over to my community wall and showed me some love on my community wall.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 1% chance I was grateful for. So so before you get upset about support, first of all, recognize the person that you're trying to talk about or that you're trying to create a masterpiece of who they are. Number two, think about the totality of who that person is. And number three, can you also think about how those people impact that person?
Right.
Because listen, your connection and my connection may not be the same, but also too, if they helped me, I shouldn't be dragged through the coals for it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's listen. That is definitely true. And I'm gonna say, like, when it comes to that, there have been content creators who have actually even even sometimes without personally having that conversation, they have still given so much support
Mm-hmm.
that it makes you, a better content creator. Because honestly, because I've said it in videos and I've said it on lives and I've actually shouted out to people. And I'm saying right now, Chit Chat is one of them. She's great and I love her to
Yep.
death because when I say even before starting my channel, just listening in the bushes, then
Right.
getting in the chat, getting up on the panel, there was so much support, so much love, so much push,
Mm-hmm.
so much encouragement that came from her that it made me feel like, hey, I can do this.
Absolutely.
Even if I am my own worst critic and I'm knocking myself down, I'm whooping my own ass.
Right.
The encouragement that was given from her was so extensive that it damn near held my hands down to where I couldn't whoop my ass. It's like, no,
Right.
instead of fighting yourself, you're going to fight for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There's a difference. So, people have to understand that sometimes it doesn't come from a direct conversation. It doesn't come from, you
That
know,
part.
physical physical interaction. Sometimes it could just be simple words that you hear
Yep.
and you're just like, wow, I can do it. I can. And I've thanked her so much. I've thanked you. You already know, like Lana, there's been
Mm-hmm.
quite a few that I can say, like, you know what, you guys have actually helped me along with, issues that no one knew. I'm not
Absolutely.
I'm not ashamed to talk about my past. I'm not ashamed to talk about my present or tell you at least where I'm trying to get in the future.
Yep.
Because I know that one, either what I'm going through could help someone, or maybe me talking about it, someone else can help me.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing, just like with what you said with how, YouTube, they're changing their guidelines, they're allowing the speech to be able to talk about domestic violence, sexual abuse, eating disorder, things like that.
Mhm.
Those are things that do need to be talked about.
Absolutely.
And there does need to be a platform for that, because there's a lot of support that people need going through things like that.
Facts.
So I'm definitely glad that they're deciding to change their guidelines when it comes to, so that people have a platform. And you and I spoke earlier
Hmm.
about you reaching out to a certain someone, and you know, like I was saying, it doesn't matter how someone does you, because of the light that you have and the person that you are. You can allow them, and it's not even that you're allowing them. Just because they choose not to be, a good person, doesn't mean that that's going to change you, because you are who
Facts.
you are. And the fact that you still reached out, even after being, given a nasty attitude, you still said, you know what, I'm going to reach out because this is something that is important.
Yep.
This is bigger than our problem. I'm trying to help you with a solution.
That part. Yep.
So there's a lot of respect for you, for
Thank
what
you.
you do, how you move. We talk about this. Listen. I don't. People might not understand it, but Braylon's like, you definitely are family. You're like a little brother. Honestly, and it's so crazy to say like a little brother. Honestly, you're closer to my kids' age, so you're almost like a child.
Hmm.
But it's different. It's a different level that we have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But still, the respect, the honor is there,
Absolutely. No
and
doubt about it.
I'm not going to allow someone to try to tell you that you're not bright when I've seen you shine in a light of darkness.
Thank you for that. I
Yeah.
really mean
So
that, because let me tell y'all something. YouTube has given me the most, and I mean the most, social anxiety I've ever had in my media career. And that's saying a lot for a dude who talks all the damn time. That's saying a lot. But you know what, though? Let me tell you something. I've been on YouTube since 2013, and I got to 1,000 subscribers in a short amount of time. But let me tell y'all something. You can look at my live compared to other lives on YouTube. Now, I ain't the most known live, but damn it, I never miss a show. If I do miss a show, I do it the next day. But bigger than that, I always have good topics, diverse topics at that. But y'all are not really seeing my skill set, because the show that y'all are watching, y'all are like, oh wow, it's very well produced, nice intro, good outro with the fireworks, good topics. He's a very good conversationalist. Y'all, that skill set has been building up since 2012. There was Shannon Sharp when he got into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He said that this speech has been writing itself for over 20 years. My skill set has been writing itself for over a decade and some change.
yeah.
And I think y'all are seeing it, because tell me where y'all have heard a virtual tour concept like this before. Really. All I did was go into Canva, found a really good, video that I thought could be something, believed in myself, and just went with it. Tell me where else you've seen a virtual tour concept. The way that I do it, the commentary that I do, and the way that I connect. You can't find that nowhere else on YouTube.
No, and that's why you are where you are, and you've moved up so fast, and you're continuing to move. And we both know that this is not your goal. You know what
Oh
I'm
no.
saying? Your goal is not to be a YouTuber, okay? Like, your
No.
aspirations exceed YouTube. Okay, coming here soon, you will be the person that we do commentary on.
Listen.
And for
Absolutely
those who
right.
don't know and are unsure, just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Mark
Listen,
my words. Braylon Lee is going to be a household name, as well as
thank you, Queen.
you are going to see a lot more YouTubers, especially the ones who feel like they have the huge followings. They have all that. They do. But guess what? You're still going to be the one that they do true commentary on. We're not
That
talking about
part.
the sneak dissing. We're not talking about the clout chasing. We're talking about the quality that you give to media, to prime time, to everything that's coming your way. It's going to have to be spoken upon.
Thank you.
There's
I
no way that
appreciate that.
anyone's going to be able to be quiet about it.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And listen, I am not too proud to come on somebody's live and give their channel some love. If you doing good, and I think Gigi can even say this, I don't go anywhere where I am not appreciated. I don't. And if you doing good, I am not too big to come on your channel, show you some love.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm on primetime TV and, I see that you're doing commentary, I may not say nothing. I may have somebody be a representative for me. Just being in your chats for a little bit. I may be watching your live.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, though. Be ready, because when I come up, you better give it everything you got. And I think sometimes in life we miss out. We miss out on the blessings because we're trying to rush through the test to turn it in.
Mm-hmm.
We really do. It's like, okay, I think this is right. I think this is right. Turn it in. You do realize once you turn that test in, it's over.
Yeah.
Right? So don't rush to try to get the A on your test. Learn the answers to get to the A.
There you go.
I'd rather turn in the test one time and get that A than to keep coming back just to try to get that A that I could have got the first time by doing my work on myself. That's real talk.
Yeah, that definitely is. And your topics, like, you're not stuck on one set of commentary. You're not stuck on just Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville is not your channel. Like, you do commentary on Love and Marriage Huntsville, yes, you absolutely do. But there's a plethora of other topics you speak about.
Mm-hmm.
And you speak real shit. It's not just, sometimes you bring information in that people might otherwise just, not even see or
Mm-hmm.
not even know about. But you bring it to the virtual tour, and it's like, listen here, on this stop, we're going through this state, city, this time, and look here.
Yep.
Facts on the city of Ohio. Right now, they have a lot of missing kids, and we need to figure out why.
Yep.
Okay, and after we do that, we're going to go through Atlanta, and we're going to talk about this colorism with Erica.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and on the way, we're going to have to stop over here at the airport, hop on this plane so we can fly over there to the island. We're doing no deal.
That part.
So, yeah, I absolutely, I definitely give you kudos. I will give you your praises. Definitely show you love anytime I can, because I absolutely admire you for where you started, where you are now, and even the fact that I know where you're going. I think I've claimed some stuff for you before you even claimed it. You might have said an idea, and I was like, "Yep, that's you." Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no, you got that. That's you.
Absolutely, indeed.
But yeah, so I actually want to talk about the missing kids in Ohio. I actually did.
Sure,
that part.
sure.
So
go right ahead.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because I missed that part.
Yeah, so there is over 1,000 children, and hello to the 4 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all you here. So there's over 1,000. Yes, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Okay, so I missed your commentary, but I do remember seeing an article about it. So for you to speak on it is wonderful, because this is something that is very important. So yes, please proceed.
Yeah, so over 1,000 children went missing in Cleveland, Ohio this year alone. Nationwide, about 1.5 million kids per year are reported missing after running away from home or being thrown out the house. So they said, although that may be a number, those numbers don't reflect that 90% at least return home within the day. Um, this comes to us from Sharon Doherty, from the advocate group Children Found of America told the Messenger, which is where I found the story from. She added, by comparison, stranger abductions, which we see in the headlines, only occur 50 to 60 times a year. Now, I know she gave that. Um, I know she only gave that as a fact, but 50 to 60 times a year is too damn much as it is, whether it's a fact or not. Um, and so
Way
missing
too much.
children. Hmm.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that's way too much.
Yeah,
How can you how can you give numbers like that and say it's only?
yeah,
That's only too damn many.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, I know she was given a fact, but language is everything. It is. It says here, missing children reports in Cleveland are up 20% from this time last year. On Sunday alone, 3 children age 11, 15, 17 report missing. Cleveland Police Department said earlier this year that had been able to determine the reasoning behind the rise for 2013. The vast majority of missing juveniles are runaways and sometimes habitual runaways, Chief Wayne Drummond said at June press conference. I don't say that to minimize missing juveniles. I say that to add context. So my commentary on this was, regardless whether they are running away or they're just being deliberate in running away to be troublemakers, they're still kids. They need to be brought home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, and because see, here's the thing, right? What parents do not understand, and I went off on parents yesterday. I meant every damn thing I said. Some of you parents block your own blessings because you go out here telling your kids they can do anything they want to do, but get off that Mario Kart. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart now can get your kid a full ride scholarship where y'all don't have to have any debt. But if y'all want to be in debt, go right ahead. Please go right ahead. And what I said to y'all yesterday was, if y'all get mad at me, guess what? Get mad at your damn self, because that conversation has probably been taught to you, or has been brought to you and taught to you over the years. And it just came ahead with me because I don't put up with no issue that I don't have to. So to all those parents that got upset yesterday, go to therapy, sit down, talk it out. Go to a rage room or get some sleep, or go, you know what, I'm not even going to go there, but y'all can go to Adam and Eve and get a toy and have some freedom, okay? But do
Whoa.
something with yourself, okay? Anyway, some parents need to release themselves. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But back to this, though. The reason
Listen,
why
I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna come in as a parent, okay?
Sure.
Um, as a parent, we are responsible for our children. We are
Absolutely.
responsible for what they do, how they grow up, and go out into the world. Now, one thing that I will say, and you know, for non-parents who don't understand, and you know what, and I can't even say for non-parents because we're all human. We've all been kids, we've all been teenagers, and we, you know, God willing, we're able to get to adulthood.
Right.
Okay, so if we know this, we've all been there. We know the attitudes. We know how kids are. You know what I'm saying? We've been there. There
Exactly.
should be a relatable factor to that. A lot of times there's not, because I'm gonna tell you, just because you give birth, it doesn't make you a parent. Just because you put that semen up into a vagina, it doesn't make you a parent. Okay?
Amen. Amen.
Being a parent it's a mental, it's a physical, it's a spiritual, it's an emotional, there's so much that goes into being a parent that a lot of times when I see a lot of stuff, it really bothers me because it's like you don't love your kids. How the fuck
Hmm.
are you a parent? And then
Right.
you got states where DC and I'm just not gonna say states. You have DCS who is supposed to come in and help these kids who are in these harmful situations with these people who really aren't, you know, parents who are neglectful and don't care. You will go
Correct.
into these homes, and a lot of times you will leave these kids in those situations.
Correct.
But parents who are actually parents to their children, parents who are actually doing right, parents who are actually trying to raise actual humans, because
Right.
nowadays half these fucking kids, I just don't even know. But anyway, people who are actually, parents who are actually trying to raise their children to be, you know, great people to go up into this world,
Absolutely.
you will find DCS knocking at their door. You will
You're right.
find them kids being taken away, ripped apart. Now you're destroying a family. Now you're creating a narrative to where these kids are running away because you took them from a loving home, a place where it was fine, it was okay.
Right.
But because you've gotten a false report, or because you feel like these parents, wait a second, these parents aren't conforming to societal rules, and they're not, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, we're
Right.
gonna take them away. Next, you got the
Absolutely.
kids running away. You got them out here being human trafficked,
Hmm.
coming up, kidnapped, raped, murdered, all of these things. But
Right.
it's like, at what point we can't just always, like I said, can't always just look at the parent because some people aren't parents. But we got to also look at society. We got to look at, you know, all the way around a whole. Because
Absolutely right.
a lot of these, just like you even said, most of these they say are runaways. Why are these kids running away? What are they running away from?
Hmm.
Let's focus on that. Okay, well then you're gonna dive deeper and you're gonna find out. Oh well, most of these kids are foster kids. Some of
Yes.
these kids they have grown up with parents who weren't really parents. Then you put them in a situation that's even worse than where you just took them away from.
Absolutely.
So yeah, they're going to try to escape any way that they can to get away from that.
Right. Correct.
And they're putting themselves in a worse situation because it started with you.
No facts. And Nikki News, welcome in. Glad to have you here. And listen, everything that I said to the parents, I'm not saying that to be mean to y'all because I know that some of y'all are part of my audience. I'm saying that to love y'all because I can only imagine what it is to be a parent. Right? So you're doing everything you can. You're responsible for the roofing over their head. You're responsible for the food. You're responsible for getting them to and from school, all their projects. If they get sick, it's on you. So please do not take my anger of y'all not caring about your kids as me disrespecting the role that y'all bring to the world. I understand that fully. But also, too, some of y'all parents out here that cause chaos also cause y'all kids to run away from y'all house.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's not to say that y'all are not going through anything, but also kids are human beings too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just take everything I say with a grain of salt because I always say out of my rambling comes greatness, give me time. And I say that because sometimes it takes me a minute to get to my point, but once I get to my point, everybody understands me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm always going to come from the best intentions to be able to elevate you up and be about construction of positivity and not destruction of negativity.
Right. As a parent, when you become a parent and when you take them steps of becoming a parent, you have to step outside yourself. You are no longer just you. You no longer have just you to think about. So it really really bothers me because I like to watch. Like I said, I've said it before. I like my true crime show. I watch a lot of different, different things, and a lot of them it hurts me because a lot of them there's a lot of child abuse involved. There's a lot of child abuse that happens and that is going on, and it just seems like I don't want to get emotional, but it just seems like people are purposely being given opportunities to hurt and destroy these kids.
Right.
You are destroying lives. If you see, if you know that a person has some issues that are not about the fucking right, there's no way in hell it should be allotted that you should be able to have kids. Period.
Yep.
Because just because a dog pushes out a baby doesn't mean that that's a monster.
Correct.
So, and a lot of times it's like you will. Kids nowadays are, instead of being seen as human, they're a finance.
Right.
Government assistance. Oh, now you can get this benefit and that benefit because you have a kid now. You really don't want the kid. You just want the benefit that comes with having the kid.
That part.
You having them with people that, women were having babies with men that absolutely do not want anything to do, not alone with the child, but really with you.
Right.
But yet you're willing to put your child through that. Now, some people, I'm not saying everyone, but some people are actually strong enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? Kudos.
Right.
I'm one. I've been a single mom of 5. Okay? My oldest son, scholarship, full ride scholarship. Okay? As a single mom. And I'm going to tell you something. I was a teen mom. I had 2 kids by the age of 15. Okay?
Right.
But I was still able to take care of and do what was necessary for them because, one, I knew at that time, even though it was not something planned, not something meant to happen, not something that I wanted, but I knew at that moment, if this is something that is given to me in my life, there's a reason for it. And
Amen.
I now as a, not just, I'm no longer a kid. Yeah, my age says that I'm a kid, but guess what? I made a decision and I did something that now I have to start making adult decisions.
Correct.
Now I got to step outside of myself and I got to put forth the mindset and the effort to know that they come first, period.
Facts.
It doesn't matter what it is. They come first. And it is up to me to teach them the right way, because one thing for sure that I know and I grew up knowing is that the world is not nice. It's not going to hold your hand. And I taught my kids that the world's not going to love you like I do. Trust me. But I'm going to let you know right now, just because they don't doesn't mean that you have to be a hard ass. Doesn't mean that you have to go around with a chip on your shoulder feeling like if you don't get this, from the world, then your life's over. No, I'm going to give you enough love. I'm going to give you a plethora. I'm going to make sure that it overflows, because one thing you're never going to know or worry about or go without is, did my mom love me?
That part.
What is love? How do I express this? No. Even if I got to give it by myself, I'm going to give it to you to make sure that that's something that you know. But it's us. Absolutely. It's up to us as parents to teach our children. It's up to us to comfort our children and actually make them feel as though, and I appreciate that, Nikki, but it is up to us as parents to make sure that our kids know that you have a home, you have a safe space. Because we don't know what's going on in the world from day to day. Our kids' best friends are best friends, right? They're your best friends, but guess what? That best friend could really be plotting on your ass.
That part.
And you never know. But guess what? If I teach my kids, listen here, this is how you identify certain things. If you start feeling like this, This is, let's maneuver a little bit differently. We're gonna go through some scenarios. We're gonna act out some things. We're going to make sure that at any part in time in your life, if
Absolutely.
some shit is happening, you are prepared for it. I'm gonna tell you, this is something crazy that I used to do, and people was always like, "You're weird." I'm like, I know, but I used to seriously, I used to do stuff when I was younger, just in case. Now this is before kids, just in case something was to happen to me. So I would walk around the house. I would turn off all the lights in the house, and I would close my eyes, and I would walk around the house, and I would find everything, just in case my eyesight ever went. At least I would know how to find stuff. At least I know how to get around.
Correct.
I would tie myself up, and I would have different people tie me up with different things, different ways, different knots, just in case some shit happens. Oh, you think you gonna tie a bitch up? Oh no, baby, listen here. I've been practicing my whole life for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just different things. Walk around hobbling, one leg, just in case. You got to prepare yourself, and you have to prepare your children for things. But people who aren't parents, and people who really don't have that love for their children, they don't see it as that. Children, they see their children as a burden. Oh, you stopped my life. I used to be fine until I had you. Oh, my body was this. Well, honey, you should have thought about that before you spread eagle.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, listen, at the end of the day, kids didn't ask to be here. And, some of y'all parents are using your kids as crutches to avoid your pain. Some of y'all are using them as a check. Some of y'all became insta parents because you have a soul. And then some of you are responsible enough of yourself that you can give that love to people. So there's a spectrum of parenting. And like I said, sometimes I really do get afraid of being a parent myself, because I'm like, my Lord, if these are the people we got in the world, I would hate to bring kids into this. And we got people like this? Oh no. And also too, Black women are at the highest rate for childbirth passing away rates.
Yeah.
So, I was afraid to bring life into the world because I didn't want a Black woman to pass away. I didn't want my Black queen to pass away. And one of my good mentors said, Braylon, first of all, be proud of yourself for recognizing that. Breathing that. Hey, Taisha J, welcome in. Good to see you, Queen. Be proud of yourself and breathe in that, because that means you have a soul to care. But also, too, don't be so afraid of that happening that you deny the love that your Black queen wants to give you as well. And so it really is a song and dance when it comes to Nikki News says, yeah, Black OGBYN, I had the best one in my city. There you go. And there are more Black people going to medical school to be in spaces that we're not. By the way, can we do something, Black people? Can we be proud of Black people who are in spaces where we aren't being seen? Because I swear, some of y'all, oh, why are they there? Well, why ain't you there? Oh, but you have no answer when somebody asks you that, huh? Okay. All right. Okay.
And that's something, parents, we definitely need to teach our children how to be actual people. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this new generation, oh buddy, listen here. Listen, back in the day growing up, we used to have where you didn't just get your ass whooped by your parents. Oh no, you was doing something wrong. Guess what? Miss Bridges over there 2 blocks away, she saw you.
Tell about it. Tell about it.
Class, you done already got called out. Even if she didn't put her hands on you, she gave you a tongue lashing so damn bad that you knew that she called your mama already. And by the time you get your ass home, you about to get your ass towed up.
And don't even try to do the 3 pairs of underwear. Don't you even try to do the 3 pairs of underwear, because it won't work.
Oh, right. So you want to wear two pairs of pants? Oh, okay. Okay, well, go ahead. No, go ahead. And then you think your pants done forgot about that ass whoop until you went and got in the shower. Next you know, you hear that door creep open real slow.
You try to grab that wet towel, but the towel get wet, so it just hurts even more. So it's just like
Even more. So
it
you
is
just
what it is.
listen here. We ain't saying that you gotta abuse your children, but some these kids they need ass whoopings. See,
Hmm.
these kids they actually. This is why it seems like the generation, and I'm gonna say it. This is the reason why there are so many kids that are missing and exploited
Yeah.
because one, these parents aren't really too much caring. Or how many times have you seen? And my black people, we got to do better. How many
Yeah.
times have you seen black people egging on, condoning the bad behavior?
Hmm.
You got kids cussing out their teacher at school, and you sitting there coming to go, well, bitch, if you wouldn't have, because you bitch and you stupid.
Hmm. Where do you think they learned that from?
Child. You're telling them that it's okay to come in here and disrupt the classroom and disrespect the teacher who's trying to teach the rest of these children
Yep.
because your badass kid don't want to fucking list and wants to be on their damn phone and think that it's okay to sag with fucking shit stains in their drawers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's just okay, and you're condoning it, and you're coming and cussing out the teacher in front of the class, and making a scene. No, no.
Yep.
No.
And you think to yourself, like, at the end of the day, and Dr. Phil said this, I'll never forget this. He said sometimes parents forget that they actually write on the slate of who their kids are. Now, I know Dr. Phil was controversial for a lot of things, but there were some things that made sense out of that man from Texas, okay? Listen.
Yeah.
Because when he said that, I'm like, Dr. Phil, thank you for saying that. Because it's just like, I didn't make it here by my damn self. And the biggest example I'll use is this. And I think every black kid knows exactly what I'm about to say. When your mom and dad say, hey, I need you to go get ready. We're going to go out somewhere. Okay, cool. You dressed in the living room. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. 15 minutes pass. 20 minutes pass. Mom, dad, y'all ready? Yeah, baby. We just go back into your room. We ain't ready yet. And then you have the black audacity and the black hypocrisy, even though you have the right to have the black audacity and black hypocrisy in this particular experience, to say, Mom, Dad, not trying to get no whooping from y'all, but question. Y'all told me to be ready, but y'all ain't ready. Instead of going off on your kids, just say, you know what, you're right. You're right. I did not do what I was supposed to do. Because some of y'all get upset with your kids by them telling the truth to y'all. Real talk. You told them to be ready, but you ain't ready.
Right.
What you doing? Like, come on now. And don't even say to me that y'all don't do this. Because some of y'all black mamas at churches, baby, go by the door and wait.
Listen,
a whole hour has passed.
I say that. Listen, my mama used to do it with and I used to get so damn mad. Wake up early in the fucking morning. Like,
listen.
As black people, we stay at church 24/7, okay?
Lord hell, yes indeed.
We was just at church last night, mama, on a Saturday. So you told me I gotta get up at 7 o'clock so I can go to Sunday school? Okay. But this is the part that used to get me. Because my mama would wake us up. Now we'd have to get dressed, be ready, and out the fucking door to get to Sunday school. Okay? And she would drop us off. I'm like, Mom, where you going? Oh, I got to go back home and get ready. Wait a second. Why couldn't we stay home and got ready when you did it? We all just came out together. How was it that you was at? Oh, okay, so you get extra time. No, come to find out, my mom was going back home. You go back to sleep a little bit. She talk on the phone to a girl. My aunties and stuff, they all end up coming into the church late as hell together. As heck, God forgive me. But they always coming to church late together. And I'm like, what y'all really doing?
And then wait a minute, we put you in a compromising position of now, baby, hold that pew. Well, they ain't here on time. Once hold the pew anyway. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Definitely, you had to hold the pew.
And here's the thing. As a black kid in church, you really have no say so. So you can't say to your mama, you know what? There was this report on ABC World News last night called Cell Phones. It's a fascinating report where you can put somebody's number in a phone and call them. By the way, there was another report on ABC World News last night called Time Management. You might want to try it sometime. You could not say that as a black kid at church.
You better not talk or say nothing at church.
Man, you would not make it.
Yourself under your breath, because if your mama, your auntie, the first lady, the women's missionary group, if anybody heard you, the ushers, you was getting it. And my mama was also the one that would go up on the pew. She'd go up in the pulpit, up the pew, giving her testimony, giving on glory to God. Had my life. But yeah, she'd be looking at, and she would have a fly swatter in her hand, ready.
Oh no, not that bad. Oh Lord.
Listen here, play no games. Now listen here, she's looking directly at you while she's giving her testimony, and it wasn't even just us. My cousin, the other kids that was in it. Listen here, you already know. Do it if you want to.
Right.
Do it if you want to. She coming down this pew and she gonna tear your ass up. Then she gonna go right back up there and she gonna finish her testimony.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else is just gonna be sitting there talking about, "Amen, sister, amen." You know what? I'm sick of this. I don't want to come to church no more.
Exactly right. And not to mention too, one of my friends said to me, Braylon, what would your role be at a church? I'm like, I'm gonna be the MC of the church. Well, Braylon, why do they need an MC? Well, see, because there are some people that are long-winded. And then my friend said, well, you long-winded. First of all, nobody asked you. I asked you to open up your mouth, okay? At least my long-windedness can make me money. Meanwhile, you long-winded with stupidity sometimes. We still got to deal with you. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, I will be the MC of the church. Because I'm that black kid that grew up in a full gospel Baptist church that understands everything that Gigi said. So I can say as the MC of the church. Now listen, praise the Lord. Testimony Sunday is coming up. We do the second Sunday of every month. Some of y'all are too damn long-winded, and these kids don't want to be here that long at church. So we're going to put y'all to 5 minutes. If you're over 5 minutes, somebody's going to have to pull you from the pulpit. Now, I'm going to give all the kids carte blanche to stand up and say, praise Jesus and hallelujah right now. Because soon as you get home, you're going to get a whooping. Now, if what I'm saying ain't true, don't stand up in agreement. But if you stand up in agreement, it must be true to some degree. Every parent is looking around, trying to see which parent going to stand up to agree to give their kids a whooping when they get home. Also, nobody wants to stand up? Okay, you know what? Church got $100. I'll give $100 the first. See, you wanted some money. See there? See there? See what I mean? Sin happens in church too. Sit down. You ain't getting no $100. Listen, that was an example. That was your audio visual demonstration before the sermon. Amen. Praise him. Hallelujah. The Watch Out for the Big Girls Praise Dance team will be throwing it down for the Lord on the fourth Sunday of the month. See, this is why I would be the MC, because I can have soul with my announcements. You understand? So, anyway. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Hello, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Y'all can still hear me. Type of 1 in the chat if you can still hear me there.
Well, I said great. But
Okay.
yeah, it's just, let me tell you, the whole this generation, and it really is the parenting. Like, come on, we've got to say it. We've got to let it be known. We
No, that's facts. That's absolute facts.
we've got to do it.
Absolutely.
But I feel like it starts. It starts with us. Like it honestly does. It starts with us, and I feel like the call out is the first one. So now that they're actually acknowledging, like, hey, we have this many, this amount of missing kids or exploited kids that go missing in this area. We need help.
Absolutely.
That's fine. We can help. Let us know how. What are we going to do about it? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, where do we start? So I'm glad that they acknowledge that. And, being from the Midwest too, it's just, I know how things get swept under, especially for minorities there.
Yes.
So, but yeah. But I'm going to say a little bit about this Erica situation, and I'm going to have to hop on off here.
All right. All good. All good. Go right ahead with what your take on that.
I seen something earlier, and I actually seen a couple things, and it had me, huh? Okay, let's. So people are now trying to throw out, oh, Erica's black. Erica's black. When has Erica claimed black? Except for when it benefits her. And actually, she hasn't even claimed black. She's Latina, okay? And she's not even claiming after Latina. She's claiming after Latina now because of the backlash that she's getting. Listen here, Mena. You're play after Latina, okay? You are not going to play in my face. I don't give a fuck what you do about reality TV, but me, mama, I'm not for it. I will call your ass out every single second of the day if I have to.
I mean, Lala Anthony is more respected as an Afro Latina than Erica Mena, but that's neither here nor there.
And Erica, it only been like she only tries to use that to when it, to try to benefit herself in a way. And it's like, girl, no, you have been doing foul ass shit from the time you hit television. Period. Whether it's calling out people on their color, trying to act like people have abused you physically, starting stuff in people's relationships to break them up just because you want the controversy. There's been a lot of shit that has been surrounding Erica, okay? But there was another comment that really hit me. And I was like, how? They was like, Erica can't be racist. She has a black baby daddy. Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. And this is from experience. I have had, okay, so some people know, some people don't. So my ex, or, my kid's dad, we had a very, very, it was a difficult relationship. A lot of abuse, of cheating, things like that. And his thing is, he's a black man, but honestly, he likes white women. Okay? Knock it. Now, there was one specific one that he was messing with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they were fucking. Absolutely. Okay? Sorry for the vulgarity. But yeah, they were, but guess what? Every time she got mad or he would do something that she didn't like, guess what her favorite word to call him was? I'm better. Oh, that was her go-to.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's like, wait a second. Just because you like black people going in, you don't mean you like black people.
Oh, oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay. There it is.
Yeah, that's 30.
There's no other way to say that, but there it is.
Just saying. Like, come on now. Come on. Like, no. Erica, stand on what you said. Stand on how you are. And just know that you're going to have to explain this to your children who are half
Right.
black. See, your children are considered black before you
That
are.
part. That part.
But I'm pretty sure that because there are a lot of people who are black, but they have the olive skin and they do feel like they're better, and they want to try to downplay and downgrade people of darker skin. And a lot of times it is women, which is so trifling because you want to be better, or because society says that you're better because you're more appealing. You want to downgrade the black experience or black women, period.
Correct.
You want to appropriate the experience. You want to be a part of that culture, but you don't want the backlash that comes with the culture. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You want to be black, but you don't want black consequences.
Hmm.
But Erica, now stand on your shit. You said it. You've been saying it. This was not the first time. And I'm not taking up for Spice because Spice is just as wrong and she does shit too. But that's still in no way, shape, form, or fashion does that give you the right to come for someone's color and then to say that they should have died.
Yeah, that was no.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Let
one
me
thing
tell.
to say you look like a gorilla, but to say that you should have died, oh no, you taking it to a whole different. That's pure hatred.
Hmm. It is.
Okay,
It absolutely
we can
is.
take out the word racism. We'll take that out. Let's just say it's pure hatred. And honestly, with hatred comes a lot of shit.
Right.
Because hatred is very, very, it's very open. It's very open. Like there's a lot of room for a lot of shit when you hate someone and when there's hatred involved.
Correct.
But yeah,
No, very well said, as always. By the way, like, comment, share, subscribe to Queen T with GG9. Y'all know I will be back here Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern for another edition of Virtual Tour Live. And then Saturday, 3:05 p.m. Y'all, if y'all like to drink, we got a little game going called the Combative Game. And so, how the game works is if combative, or any subliminal is said while we are live, you have to take a sip. Now, Saturday, we got started with this game. I think I got through it relatively well.
I think you did that and have some yeah. Got a
and,
little
and, and,
okay.
and yes, indeed. And listen, it's a very inclusive game. You can drink water, you can drink tea, you can drink coffee. We prefer if you drink Grand Marnier, mimosas on camera with us. You know what? But it all started from this one person on Ready to Love, named Jessica. She took the working bath a little too much to heart, and ever since then, it is what it is. So it's a 2-part reunion. So this Saturday will be part 1, and then next Saturday will be part 2. So that will be happening at 3:05 p.m. on Talk with Solana's channel, and also a Queen T with GG9. Myself and Q will be doing what we do, and then I have an assignment from all. When they said new episodes every Saturday night, a new after show every Saturday night, and new videos every Saturday night. As soon as I get done here, I gotta go on the
One.
say that. Yes, at 9:01. Hashtag hit 'em up style. As soon as I get done here, I am going to go into the lab. I got my audio together. I got my thumbnails together. So I will see y'all at 9:01 for that. Of course, the after show. And just stay tuned. And you know what? I'm gonna give y'all this challenge. I want you to watch the rest of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I want you to watch my videos at 9:01. And I want you to take a look at everybody else who's in the sector when it comes to their review shows. Compare it to mine. I want to know if you notice anything different. Oh, I love a good game. I love a good game. Yes, I do. Gigi, love you as always. We will talk soon.
Definitely we'll talk soon. Bye, everyone.
See you soon, Queen.
See you.
Oh, man. See, that's why I love Virtual Tour Live. You genuinely do not know what's going to happen. And like I said, I appreciate everybody coming through here to join me live on tour. We talk about many things on this tour. And, you know, we cover the mess of the impossible. We cover the rise of the possible. We always make sure that it has soul, context, and connection with everything we do. I'm very proud of this brand, this show, and this community that we are building together, subscriber by subscriber, video by video, live stream by live stream. Your thoughts, your perspective, and just your energy means so much to me because YouTube is a big risk. There's a 100% chance of no one watching you or someone watching you. So the fact that y'all see anything in me from the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul, the foundation of my being, it really does mean the world to me that y'all see something in me. I really, really, truly mean that for sure. And with everything going on YouTube, y'all, I mean, from you know, Shirley Strawberry to Love and Marriage Huntsville and all the other topics, it is a little bit of everything going on. But, you know, we're going to try to cover it all the best we can. So I thank each and every one of you. I'm going to get the Daily Motivator up to read that as we get ready to wrap up here. Another great edition of Virtual Tour Live. I will be off tomorrow because I go to work tomorrow. But if I do see some news in the morning, I may or may not go live. And that's one thing about me that I want y'all to know. I am very committed to Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays because I am off those days. But also, too, if I do need an off day, just know I will always do the show the next day. And also, too, if news warrants, I will go live. Because sometimes, hey, it might be an off day, but it might be something breaking that you guys want to talk about. I'm here. And I've come to realize that at the end of the day, you know, it's one thing to go live because you have something important to say. It's another thing to go live because you just have nothing to do. And I am about quality versus quantity. So with that being said, let me go to greatday.com. That's GREAT, greatday.com. And by the way, most of the 50 school children in Ohio are Black children missing. So I just want to add that clarification as well. As we get the Daily Motivator up. Arriving at one point is the starting point to another, John Dewey. Arriving at one point is the starting point to another, John Dewey. It is time for the Daily Motivator for Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. The most fulfilling path. Acknowledge your disappointment, but don't feed it. I'll say that again. Acknowledge your disappointment, but don't feed it. Don't be complicit in making it bigger than it already is. You are capable of living with the disappointment without centering your life around it. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. You're capable of living with the disappointment without centering your life around it. No day, no situation is entirely perfect, yet every day can be fulfilling and enriching. Discover how much energy you can put into creating that fulfillment and bringing forth that richness. See what happens when you focus on opportunities that are always present. Certainly, the disappointment is real, yet, so is the positive potential of right now. Though you can't choose every detail of every situation, you can choose your response. And therein exists the beauty of living your life as a unique and adept individual. Keep on choosing the most fulfilling path forward, unswayed by accolades, difficulties, discomforts, and delights. There is more good to be done, and your best choice is to do it. Ralph Morrison, another powerful daily motivator. The most fulfilling path is sometimes the hardest path to go on. Anytime we bet on ourselves, there's a chance of it happening or not happening. But here's the thing: if it's not happening for you now, what's the worst that can happen by going forward, right? So that's one. So understand that the most fulfilling path may be the most difficult path. Number two, that everything we go through in life may be disappointing, but that doesn't mean that there's not another side to that. The fact that there is victory for you on the other side means you have to start with the fear that's on your side. So the fear that's on your side and the victory that's on the other side, you have to cross that fear. And finally, at the end of the day, everybody has broken shoes because everybody's shoes have been worn, teared, and trashed as they have been trying to get to where they want to be. So with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but at the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself, is another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we'll rise up to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or allowing yourself to know that just because you are not seen by everybody doesn't mean you're not being seen by somebody. Make sure the replay is not just for you to watch it, not just for you to listen to it, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you. I'll see you real soon. Good night, everybody.